at the beginning when the school started. Today, I'm going to just skip around the time and the school because on Monday I said I was finishing in 1948, from 1924 to 1948. So if I sort of go out of that period, it's simply because I want you to know one or two things. When the school started, they had practically the same sort of subjects that you are doing now. They, Form 1 to Form 3, that is secondary Form 1 to Form 3. But you see, when they started, there were a whole lot of departments, and I told you about engineering school, etc., etc., the nurses training and so forth. Actually, nurses training and teacher training and secondary went to the same classes from Form 1 to Form 3. And then, after that, the nurses training people had their specialty, and the teacher training people went in for learning how to, psychology, training, teaching methods, and so forth. And the secondary school students continued the secondary subjects in Forms 4 and 5. Now, in Form 1, they studied English language, very, very important, written and spoken. And because they learned to speak English properly, they were taught by English people. So when they spoke English, it sounded a bit different from what the ordinary person was speaking at home or in the street. And it sounded a bit more like how the English people spoke. So Achimota became very famous for its English, especially spoken English. And there's a saying that when a group of Achimotans were going to see to a school or to a gathering or to maybe a home, then people were shaking. They would say, hey, the Achimotans are coming. What English are we going to meet them with? Achimota phone everybody know. Them brought phone in the shower. Maybe the dance would say, Achimota be and buy, never brought football about here. Is it so now? English is something like what they speak in the street. Now, the English, spoken English was at that level because those who taught the language also taught diction. And if your speech wasn't that good, they'll show you how to pronounce words. Or if they found that there's a word that was wrongly spelled, they will compose a short, I won't call it a poem, a ditty, a short ditty for students to practice and practice so that their speaking became more like what the English people used to say. Now, for instance, one of our English teachers in Form 2 just taught us this short thing: piping hot, smoking hot. What I have got, you have not. Hot, fat, doge. Hot, 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 fat, doge. Another teacher, they compose themselves. Another teacher also taught, here's the English lady, and here's the coat the lady wears, and here's the English lady, and here's the merchant fat and rich who sold the roll of cloth from which the skillful tailor now prepares to cut the coat the lady wears, and this is the English lady. And after the class has been saying this for maybe a term, this speech sort of started changing. So Achimota English was very famous. Is your English famous now? I talked about the Achimota walk. I hope you are practicing the Achimota walk. You are not dragging your feet behind you. And so from now on, I hope you are going to practice the Achimota English. So they can say again that, oh, there comes the Achimota book. What type of English are we going to read them? Well, then again they studied maths, biology, chemistry, physics, geography, history, art, music. Everybody did art and music. And the music school was always reverberating with tunes and golden strands of music that was being played by students. It's different now. I don't know whether any of you go to the music school. And they studied physical education, and that was done in the gym and on the games field, not in the classroom, things written on the board. It was practical physical education. And they did Ghanaian languages. And apart from studying these subjects, they did hobbies. Everybody had a hobby, like book binding, cobbling. Cobbling is book mending of shoes. Pottery, carpentry. And carpentry was very helpful to later on those who became surgeons in cutting, sawing the bones, and they became very, very good in that, especially orthopedic surgeons. Piano playing, violin, and other instruments, and most of the people who played in hobbies like violin, piano, and so forth were in the school orchestra. I played the violin and I was in the school orchestra. The school had a museum. You see, I'm telling you what happened before you came here, long before you came here. There was a museum, and that was the headmaster's office. Now it's headmaster's office or headmistress's office. But during the early days, it was a museum, and they had all kinds of things from different parts of Africa. And there was a zoo, and in the afternoons, you could go around the zoo to look at the animals. And there was an aviary attached to the zoo. An aviary is a collection of birds, different kinds of beautiful birds. So there was a lot to do apart from studying the subjects that we have to study. That is from 1 to Form 3. Now, from 4 onwards, the secondary school was separated from the others, and they chose their subjects. That's like you do now. So you could choose from the compulsory subjects, which you call now core subjects. In the early days, it was called compulsory. The compulsory subjects were maths, general science, English language, and then you could choose to do science, that is physics, chemistry, biology, and maths, or you could choose to do general arts, including Latin or French. I did general arts, I did French, not Latin. Now, students studied very hard and got good results. And the year that had a complete 100% passes became very popular with the year after them, because when that happened, there was a school holiday. When the results came, and 100% passes, it was a holiday. You could roam around the compound, you could ask for Ezra to go home, or Accra or something. And so Everybody wanted those in front of them to learn art so they could get a holiday. I wish they would do that now, but right. Then of course there was Founders Day, and in those days there were not so many students, so everybody took part in the activities. The girls started from the post office in line, and they danced all the way to his piece. And all kinds of very interesting songs, like Achimota girls singing when they fra chen chen. You know what chen chen is? Bark of a tree. Before, in the olden days, before cotton came, everybody wore chen chen, bark of a tree. Fathers, mothers, of course, children didn't wear it. But, so they say that. And of course, chen chen was much cheaper than cotton when cotton came. So if you follow these Achimota girls, you become so poor, you go back to chen chen. And there was another song. Say, Achimota principal dada fue, odinjola koto achiko meden. That is, those who, the older ones had girlfriends, now they left at home. And this like, the girls saying, oh, Achimota principal has deceived us and taken our boyfriends to Achimota. In those days, Achimota was sometimes called Achiko, like we say at this and so forth. Now, entertainment.